Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today, we are going to be taking a look at Final Cut Pro, and we're going to do a
full animation walkthrough.
Yeah. We got a featured artist today and all that jazz. Without further ado, let's go. Hello, welcome to the show. My name is Jade Ouch. I hope you're doing well. There's my little moniker. It is Friday here, and this is the second week of doing Friday shows. Hello, Joe. I see you in the chat straight away because I thought you would be because it's video production stuff. So let me give you, I hope you're all doing good. Everything's okay. If I look a little bit under the weather today, that's because I am. I'm not very well. We've had to do some changes to the show tomorrow and stuff because things happen, things change, and that's okay, but we'll go into that ever so shortly, won't we? Let's jump over and have a look at the Beat community, and we'll do all that kind of stuff first. So over at thebeatcommunity.com, where you can get updates on desktop software, samples and expansions, and of course iOS stuff all the time. I do recommend that you save this to your favorites and do the stuff. Chord Bud, Art Bud by ChemLK are on offer. Audioscope by 4 Pockets is half price. But the big one, the big news, this is the stuff, this is the thing that's going on. Moog Music have released the Moog Fuga plugins. They have dropped, and we'll be looking at these this week on the show. So currently, there's 8 of them, and they're $9.99 each. But you can get all of them in a bundle for a very short period of time on sale for $39.99. And what do you get in there? You've got an analog delay. You've got the cluster flux. You've got, and these are all based off real world pedals. So they're pretty amazing. Everyone's excited about them. I'm excited about them. You've got the MF107S frequency box. You've got the low pass filter. You've got the Murph, which is a resonant array, multiple resonant array. You've got the ring modulator, the saturator, the stage phaser. So there's 8 of these pedals. It's very cool that Moog are back and they've released this wonderful bundle. So hopefully we'll be doing a show on this on Monday, US, UK time. And you can make an informed decision on if any of these pedals are worth your time. I can't wait. They're pretty magical. So that is happening. Hello, Fat Panda Cat. Apps on sale. Let's have a look over here at the App Sliced website. Before we get in, make some animation. It's not going to be a really long show today, but I'll go into why that is. Chord Bud, as said, Art Bud, both on sale. All the session band apps are on sale for $2.99. There's a crap ton of them. They do their job really well. We've got Drum Surgeon by 4 Pockets and Progressions. Synth Master one's on sale. Bleach Sample Wiz, Cube Basis, all versions are on sale. And a few more Bleach apps. That covers that. Hello, Greg O'Sullivan. Today we're going to have a look at Final Cut Pro. And I'm going to correct what I screwed up last week, which was animation. Yeah? Because I hadn't really done any with it, but I thought I knew where everything was, but I didn't. There's a little hidden secret thing I didn't see. All right, so let's cover what's going on. So today's going to be a short show because I'm not well. Yesterday I had 3 vaccines, 2 meningococcal vaccines, and say that fast, and a pneumonia vaccine because I don't. If you've been following the channel, I don't have a spleen. I can't fight infection, and I have to have multiple vaccines to keep me alive. And yesterday I got 2 in one arm and 1 in the other arm, and it's hit me like a brick wall. I feel sick as a dog. I can't lift this arm at all. I can't get it past there. And if you've been following the channel, you would know 2 months ago, I had 5 vaccines in one day, 3 in one arm, 2 in the other. And the good news is now I'm not due for another vaccine for 5 years. Thank you. Thank you. So they're all done, but it means I've had to change tomorrow's show. So tomorrow's show was going to be a opening hour of crooners, but I've had to change that. So that'll be next week. I'm not going to have time to get all the songs down. So it is what it is, but don't worry. Next week it'll happen. So it will happen next week. So it's all good. And we're going to replace that with just me singing some Dread Circus songs. It's been a while. I've been singing everybody else's songs. So I'm just going to sing along. I can't play guitar because my arm hurts too much. So I'm just going to sing to some backing tracks. Do some Dread Circus. The show must go on, as they say. Yeah? Good stuff. And then wrong screen. And then we're kicking off the day after with the second episode of The Rant, which is called Achievement Unlocked. And I'll let you guess what it's about. But it is happening this week. And we got some really cool app reviews, app tutorials this week. We got Gong Amp. We got Terra Pro in-app purchase. They got a brand new in-app purchase. We're going to be taking a look at the Moog apps. We got the SS Suite for mastering and EQing stuff. So it's another bundle. So we got all that kind of stuff coming up. And we got a cool interview, which I'll tell you about at the start of the week. So that's an update what's going on there. Let me show you something fun before we get in, just because I can. So I have this amazing Darth Vader costume that I've owned for several years. It's cost me a lot of money. And yesterday, I finally got a mannequin for it. So in my lounge room now, this is the scene in my lounge room. Yes, there is an imposing Darth Vader standing over my television set every time I go down to my lounge room. And it is wicked. It's so cool. I haven't patted it all out yet. But last night I come downstairs sick as a dog to get a glass of water and forgot it was in my lounge room. And it scared the absolute shit out of me. And I dropped the glass and smashed it all over the floor. I'm going to have to get used to that being in my lounge room. It's cool, man. It's so cool. Anyway, we are going to take a look at Final Cut Pro. Let's get into that now and open up Final Cut. And let's start a new project. So I'm going to use some green screen stuff today. We'll just call this just animation. Animation demo. I don't need to change any of the format stuff, so we're going to leave it as it is. We can go to custom and check that. It is 1080p HD. Set the landscape at 30 frames. We're all good. Let's continue. Now I need to bring in some files. So I'm not going to do that yet. We're just going to hit blank because I have to find some files to do these things. So I'm going to need some green screen stuff pretty much. And what I'm going to do is swipe. Can I do this? I don't think I can do it with this. Can I? I have to swipe across. So we're going to drag across the Files app here because I need to preview a bunch of things. Now, I have in my, here we go. So this is in my LumaFusion folder. I have a lot of green screen stuff in here. So you can see if I scroll through, we should start seeing, so blood splatter effects, anything that's green, eye on a wall. What have we got? Flash, lightning, a flock of birds. We got this cow. We should start with this. I'm going to grab this video and drag this onto the timeline. If you didn't know you can do that, you can. It's pretty cool. We're going to drag this wolf and throw that on the timeline as well. Is that a horse? No, it's a horse, I think. So it looks like we've got a horse and a cow. It's a wolf and a cow, sorry. What else do we have here? Let's find some things. That looks like a turret. So a lot of these green screen things that I'm taking from are from my movie. And So we've got this girl in a wheelchair. We've got a car here. We can grab this. We'll grab this car and drag that across. And a lot of the images here are also, let's grab this one. This is a D-Wave computer. Most of them are PNG, so they're transparent backgrounds. So that's good. We can do that with some transparent backgrounds. What else do we have? I'm just going to grab a whole bunch of random things here and we'll throw them in. We've got some signs. I'm going to need some backgrounds as well. Oh, we got some robots marching. What else? God, I've got so many green screen things. We got this shot here. This is a video. I'm going to drag this in for a background. So it's like a scene, a video scene for a background. That'll do for now. So let's have a look. We've got this little clip here. If I hit play. So I probably didn't want that now. I don't really want that. So we'll remove this. Now I need to get some images for backgrounds. So let's delete this. We can hold down on it and delete from project. And let's just go over to our friends at Google. Hello, Google. And search for a... hello, Jenny. What's going on? I do a show. I've started doing a show here on Friday every week now. So, because, yeah, it's a thing. And I'm not feeling well, Jenny. I'm feeling like dog shit. I had 3 vaccines yesterday and it's killed me. All right. Let me have a sip of coffee, see if it can help me wake up. Man, vaccines suck. So we're going to look for, let's see, just a grassy hill scene background kind of thing. Just a still. There we go. Images. This one looks okay. This one here. See what the quality is like. It's got a tree. It's got clouds. There we go. So that seems okay. We can probably use that one. It's a wallpaper. What's this one like? Oh, I think we'll go with this one. Hi, Felcro. So I'm going to save this. Save the photos. But I want this to, I actually want this to animate a little bit, yeah? So I'm going to use a different app before we get in to go back over to our friends over at Logic Pro. So now that I've saved that photo, I'm going to search now for, this is an app I've shown on the channel before, which I love. Is it in video editing? Let's see. I've got to work out where it is. Photo art editing. It's called Motion Leap. And what it does is it brings your photos to life. So I've probably done several shows on this. If you haven't seen shows, you're going to see how it works now. It's really cool. And I'm going to create a new project by clicking up the top. I'm going to take a photo from my gallery. Let's find that photo. There we go. There's our photo. Now I want to animate this sky. I want to make this sky move a little bit. So let's tool around with the sky. So down the bottom here we have sky. And this is all you need to do. Find a sky and look at that. Look how quick that was. We'll try another one. That one's moving a bit fast. You can change the speed of the way the sky moves as well. We can make it a nighttime scene. We've got this sun one here. That's pretty cool. So you've got this slider here that you can come in and change things up. Let's just go over to, we've got our settings. Now I can add some light to this as well. And when you click on sunny skies, you see down here, this is the one we've selected. You've got the 3 dots. And when you click on it, you get options like, so you're replacing the sky. You've got the horizon. You can actually bring the horizon down. So that looks a bit more natural. I can take it up. So you can change your horizon. You can change the ambience, the opacity. So you can blend the original sky in there if you want. You can feather it. So you've got plenty of options to play with this. I like that. Let's jump out of here. Shall we, what else do we'll put in? See if we can animate this tree up the top here. So I'm going to hit animate, and you get given this brush, and I'm just going to paint. Make sure we've selected the brush. I'm just going to paint over this tree like so. Yeah, so that's all good. And now we can start to animate this thing. So I can draw directions in here, and I'm just going to draw a squiggle like this. And when we hit play, you can start to animate the tree. So it's a little bit too much. Let's delete that. I'm going to zoom in and draw this just like that. Probably too much again. Let's go into our select key and delete some of this, because you can see I've captured some of the grass. So I'm going to delete some of that. Just try and keep the top of the tree in there. And let's remove this. Just put a little arrow. It doesn't even need to be much. There you go. So from a distance, probably too much again. But you get the idea. You can actually make stuff move. You can slow it down. Tiniest. There we go. That's kind of cool. That'll do. We're not being Picasso here today. So there's our picture. Now you can go in and you can adjust the entire picture. So you've got these adjust sections at the back. We can add a bit more contrast to the overall picture, make it darker. We've got some saturation. Bring out those greens, and we got some brightness. If you want to do that, that looks kind of cool. You can change the temp. Back out. You've got all these things too. You can add overlays. I can add like an element. So you can add things like butterflies, and these are all animated. So I could scroll down and find a little sun, if there's probably a sun in here, or a rainbow, or some water dripping. We've already got a sun there. I could probably, let's see what else we can find. You've got birds. You've got like celebratory things, flowers, balloons, happy birthdays. You could add some lightning if you wanted. There's a whole bunch of really cool things you can add in here. Explosions. So this is just if all you have is a photo and you want to get it animating, you can add some things in this amazing app. It is a subscription. The free version gets you, a bunch of things, but it does have a subscription. Let's get out of this. I always forget how to get out of it from here. Just going to go there. Yeah, so you can add elements, you can add overlays, like rain. We could add some rain to this. Look at this. Now if I hit play, how cool is that? So you can add some rain. You can add things like glowy stuff, sound waves. There's so many things you can add to these photos to bring them to life. So it's a really cool, if you can't find an animated background, you can make one. So a bit of lightning. And you can change the size of these too. And there we go. So lots of really cool things you can add. And they just keep adding great stuff. I'm going to scroll to the end here and add none. You've got effects. You can add music now. So you've got effects, different kind of filters you can add to it. 3D motion you can add as well. You can add water. So I can add water to things. It's not going to work on this particular one, but if you've got a water scene and you add water, it'll actually animate the water. It's quite cool. Anyway, this will do now. I'm going to export this. We'll just go to our adjustments and make sure everything looks okay. Just going to make that a bit darker. All right, let's export it. And you can decide how much you want to export it to. Yeah, so how long the loop's going to go. I'm going to make it 30 seconds because everything else in this clip is 30 seconds. You can say 4K, 2K. I'm going to go 1080p. You can save it as a video, as a live photo, a GIF, or as an Instagram image. Let's hit export. Done. Now we can drag this in to our project. And we'll save this just to our photos. Should be able to do that. Save to file. So add to shared album. I can't see a photo thing. I'm going to save this to my documents if I can. Let's see. Documents. Douche. Done. Now we'll open this, come back to Final Cut. And let's go to Documents and drag this image in. Documents. And now we've got a background for all this animation, which is cool. Set to date. There it is. Let's drag it in. Done. Okay, let's start by dragging our animation into this clip. So we have our animation. The first thing I'm going to do is go into the inspector. I'm just going to change the color conversion to 100% brightness so it's nice and bright. You can see when we drag our cursor, it's animating nicely. It's got no sound or anything like that. We've got that writing down the bottom. So I might want to get rid of that. So let's fit this to screen. So we can go in here and scale to fill. So now it fits the screen at 16 by 9, and that's got rid of that little writing bizzo that was down the bottom. So that was easy to do. So if your image doesn't fit 16 by 9 frame, you can just quickly do that. So we went into inspect and we went into our transform and was able to stretch that out. So let's make this window a little bit larger so you can see what's going on. Hit play. There we go. No writing down the bottom. Fits in. We've got our little tree at the top here. Now we can start bringing some things in because we've got this cow. Hey, Thomas, what's going on? We've got this cow and we've got this little fox here. They look like they're shadows. So do I have the actual footage of them? So we could run these over the back of the hill. So let's bring in it's a dog. It's some kind of dog. I'm going to bring this over the top and drop this in here. So it's a silhouette and we've got a green screen there. We're going to have to get rid of this green screen. So how do we do that? We head over to our inspector, tap on our effects section and go into our key and masking, green screen keyer, and voila, that's done. So now we've got our little coyote, which is animated already. But we want to make this thing run across the top. We want to shrink it down and put it right up the back here and make it run across the background. I think that then we can use the shadowed effect. So that's cool. Let's uninspect that. It's done an okay of green screening. I think once it's a distance far away, it's going to be really cool. So now we need to animate it. How do we do it? Because last week I screwed up and was giving you wrong information. Well, you clip on the file, on the thing that you want to animate. So we've got our little coyote thing that's animated, that we want to animate. And then we head down to animate. And now you'll see this little line down here down the bottom. This is where we can put our little nodes in to set keyframes, yeah, our little keyframe points. Well, here's what I didn't show you last week. See down here? Format. This is where you can choose what type of animation we're doing. Position, scale, anchor, crop, distortion. So you've got all these things that you can do down here. So you've got scale, the width, all of it. Or you can just hit all and it will allow you to do anything. So it automatically defaults to opacity. So whatever you try and animate, it's not going to do anything unless it's to do with opacity. So I'm just going to select all and it's going to let me do whatever I want. So now we can open our inspector, head over to the size of this thing and give you an overhead view. We can pinch, maybe not that, but we want to pinch the actual coyote. See that? We shrunk it down. Whoops, I've turned it upside down. There we go. I've done it again. I'm going to try and drag it. Let me show you this screen here. So we're going to try and drag this down here. And you've got the ability to not only resize, you can change the position, the rotation. So with this little thing here, I'm going to rotate this. I can shrink it down as well, a little bit more, just by dragging in like so. Come on, there we go. Try and get it as small as possible. That's probably a bit too small. That'll do for now, I think. And we can drag this off the screen and we can put our first node in, yeah? So let's do that. So to add a node, you've got down the bottom here, you've got a little plus sign. So I've added a little node in here, and now we can move along the timeline, say here, and move this little guy over here, put a little node in, and did you notice what happened there if I zoom up? It put a node in as soon as I moved it. It automatically put a node in down here as soon as I moved it. So you can see, just by previewing this, it's already moving. So now we've got our first point. So now I can move our little node here, and we're going to drag him to there. Let's just see what it looks like so far. So he's running. We'll move it along again. And we'll move the node so he's up above this hill now. Drag it across a little bit more. Could probably even start. Whoop, 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 whoop. I didn't want to do that. What I want to do is make this a bit bigger. So I'm going to, let's just pull down here. Get rid of our inspector. I'm just going to pull this down, hopefully. I don't know. Oh, no. What am I doing? Let's go back a bit. I'm going to use the inspector to rotate this. Where are we? Rotation. There we go. So he's coming down a little bit. Yeah. And let's move it along a little bit more. Drag this down here a little bit more. And then finally, at the end of the clip, we can use our jog wheel now and we can get in here, oops, and move this, our little, so we get right to the end, yeah? So I'm using the jog wheel to get the very last frame. There we are, that's the last frame. And we'll move the little coyote dude for his last position. And I've lost where he is now. Select. There he is. And for the last position, move this back there. In fact, let's just drag him off the screen. There we go. So now we should have, if I scroll back, look at that. We've got an animation. So let's go full screen, have a see what it looks like. Look at that. It's a little bit slow. I've got to maybe fix those points because he's stopping. So I've probably got too many key points in there for the speed of what he's running. Yeah. But you can see how cool that is. So let's change things up. Let's remove some of these key points and make it a little bit easier. So I did that just to show you how you can set different positions to get different results. So we're going to go in here and select all these key points. Let's leave this last one. Let's go in here to, we use our jog wheel. And we'll delete this one. And what we'll do is we'll try and keep the middle one, yeah? So let's get on there. There we are. No. Delete. Scroll till we get to, so we'll keep this one here, the total middle one. There it is. We'll get rid of this one. And I'm just moving to each key point, and once they light up, that means you're selected on it, and then you can just hit the minus over here. And we've got back to the start. So now this should be a little bit more free-flowing. There we go. Look at him go. He's going to get to the middle and kind of slow down a bit, yeah? Now, ultimately, we can see that it's probably taking way too much time for him to get there, yeah? So we can probably speed this up a heap so it makes a bit more sense, because he's running at you've got to try and match the animation with the speed of what's happening. So let's just jog onto this. I'm going to remove this key point. We're going to go over here and remove this key point. Or what you can do, which is nice, is you can put your playhead on the marker, and then we can go up here. Once it's on the marker, you can select, let me show you overhead. You can select these arrows and you can move the keyframe. So now watch the keyframe down the bottom, and I can bring that much closer to here. So he should run a lot faster. And now if I move this to an equal amount, like so, yeah, maybe. Let's close that. And I need to select my beast again. Good. Why can't I say? That's interesting. So that's there we go. So now I'm going to move this off the screen like so. And let's undo that. Now I want to create about the same distance here, so about there. And now I want to move this off the screen, so down here. Man, why did it do that? Why is it doing that? Let's move my marker again. Stay, marker, stay. There we go. Move him down there. Now let's have a look and see. See, that's much better. He's running at almost the same speed as, but he's going up a little bit high there, so we're going to have to bring him down a little bit more. It's all trial and error. And the more you do this, the more you get better at it. The more you do it, you'll get better at it. So let's bring him right down. Let's have a look. Yeah, see? Now he's kind of coming down that mountain and staying on the grass. Nice. So let's have a look at large screen. There he is. And off he goes. So there's our first thing that's happening that's animating. And we can add something else in there too. So let's add, because we've got something slower, let's add our cow in there. We're going to drag the cow in up here. So we've got our cow. We'll head into the inspector. And we're going to do our green screen. First, I'm just going to do this, our color conversion to 100%. And let's add a green screen Kia. There's our cow ready to go. So now we can head back over to the size and we can resize this cow. Let's have the cow start coming in. Now he's going to be walking at a different pace to the coyote. So I'm going to drag, So that's where our cow's going to come in. I'm going to drag him back here. Start a key point. Oops. Let's undo that. Let's undo that. There's our cow. Drag him off here. Set our key point down here with a plus. Now we've got to find the cow. Where is it? They don't make it easy. They don't make. Let's go do this. There's our cow there. All right. So if we put him right there, that should be okay. We'll set a key point. And should be able to click on him there. There he is. So now we want to, this is going to be a little bit slower. So we can probably take this all the way to the end. Put in a key point. Drag our cow all the way to the end. Nope. Get it right, bitch. Drag our cow all the way to the end here. And let's see what happens with this one. So the cow's going to come in halfway through. Maybe. There he is. Look how slow the cow is. But that works. It's got a much longer length of it coming across. And yeah, there we go. So we've got our cow, we've got our coyote. What do we need now? We need a car. I'll show you something interesting. So we've got this car here. We've got this image of this car with this guy in it. But it's going to look a bit silly because it's not going to be moving. It's got a shadow. That's nice. So we've got a green screen, we've got a shadow for it, but it's not, the wheels aren't going to be moving. And what happens when you see a car drive forward? Normally it looks like the wheels are going backwards. So what can we do to remedy this? Yeah, I'll show you what we're going to do. And I think I may already have one of these prepared earlier. I'm going to jump back over to our motion leap. And let's see if I've got one of these already in here. Look, I already do. And here is our car. And if I hit play, nothing's happening. So we've already got our car in here. What I can do is we can animate these tires. We can specifically target these tires. So I'm going to hit animate. I'm going to draw around the tire here. Yeah. Just like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. And we'll do the same. I'm going to do it with my finger because I'm probably a little bit more accurate with my finger than doing it with a mouse. So there we go. And now I can draw a direction in here. Well, it's kind of working. Let's try that again. Because I have to go all the way around and come back. That's not working the way I wanted it to. So both of them are doing what I kind of want them to do. Let's see if we can get this one happening. I'll take this one away. Well, that's not working the way I wanted it to. Let's try deleting this. Clearly I haven't done this for a while. Remove that. Or maybe we just won't animate wheels today. Man, I'm feeling like shit, let me tell you. Let's now select in here. There we go, kind of working. We're a little bit on the rim. Let's take our direction. You can see how I'm slightly on the rim there, so we'll remove that. Let's draw this back in. Kind of makes sense. From the distance, you're going to see what I'm saying. Let's go into this one here, into our direction. I'm going to draw around there. And select this. Hit play. Kind of, sort of. It was worth a go. I've done it in the past, so I don't know what I'm doing different than normal. Let's see if that works. But you can kind of do this stuff. We'll leave it without animating that for now. Man. Let's bring in the car. Let's drag it in here because we want this at the forefront. And here's the good thing about Final Cut. You can have as many tracks as you want. Hi, Andy. Hi, Rhett. I haven't said hello to you yet. So here's our car. Let's turn this into a green screen. We're going to go up here, hit Effects, and green screen Kia. And now we can change the size of this car. So we'll go into here. There we go. Because we want it at the forefront. This is going to be a lot larger than the others. So we'll take this off the screen there. Let's put in a keyframe. Like so. Let's move our cursor all the way to the end and drag this, not like that. Drag this, oops. Man, I'm not having much luck today. We'll grab this here, maybe. Let's just try moving it this way. Fuck me. Lock proportions. There we go. That'll work. No. There we go. And let's bring it across here. So that's put a key point at the end. And you can see that's probably too slow. Probably too slow. At least I'm consistent. Well, you know, I'm feeling like dog shit, so it is what it is. It's even amazing that I'm doing a stream today. Okay, let's change this key point of this car because clearly it's a little bit too slow. There we go. And again, we can go in here. Click on this keyframe. So you see up the top here, I clicked on this keyframe. So just on the, I can show you overhead. So up the top here. And now I can use the jog wheel to move this point a little bit back. So now when we go to start, I would hope the car would be a lot faster, but it's not. But we can make that even faster, yeah? So now let's click on this key point here and make it really fast. We'll just, there it is. So we're on keyframe. I'm going to bring this all the way back so the car flies across really fast. Let's do it that way. Yeah! With our little dog and our cow running across. So pretty easy to do stuff like this. Really easy to make stuff get larger as well. So that's cool. Let's bring in something else and just show you something sliding in a solo picture. We'll stop this and drag in our D-Wave computer. There we go. We'll make this, stretch it out. So we've got this wonderful D-Wave computer. And we're still set to transform animate all. So we can stretch it. You know, we can start it small. So let's put go to this size of this, this thing. And let's shrink it right down. Not upside down like that. We'll shrink it down. Move it out of screen, like so. Set a key point. And then what we need to do is find that image, the D-Wave. There it is. And now we're going to move this nice and quick. We want to make it really quick. So I'm going to make it fall from the sky. But get bigger as it falls, yeah? I'm going to make it land there. Make it big. So not only is it falling down, it's going to get bigger. So you can do you can animate multiple things at once. Yeah? So if we come back here, boom. And you can make that even quicker to make it look like it's, you know, falling with a thud. You can ramp things up too, from what I believe. Let's just get this as close as we can, our marker here. And again, I'm going to head over to the playhead and make sure we're set to keyframe. And we're going to drag that right in, nice and close. Boom. So nice and easy. You could, yeah, of course you could bounce it off the ground. You can go in and zoom right in and get really tight with your keyframes. And of course you could do that. So let's zoom in. Get to our keyframe here. So here's where it lands. Let's okay, so that's where it lands. And then we could move this forward a little bit. Oops. Want to make sure we're on our playhead. So if we move it forward, we could add a keyframe. Not like that. Add our thingy. There you are. Lift it up. Add another keyframe. Bring it back down. Add another keyframe. Because we're zoomed in at the moment. Back up. And I'm only doing this very quickly. So see, that kind of bounced really quickly. So you can add these super fast. I could probably, get a lot tighter with that. But you can see how it bounced fast. So if you spread them out a little bit, you could definitely do that. Of course, these things are going to take time, but you can do all of this. Now, what's going to happen here when we keep this going is the cow going to walk behind the D wave. Beautiful. Now, why is that? Why is that? Let's turn off our animation section so we don't screw anything up. So to get rid of our animation, so as you look through the files here, you can see this is the D wave and it has its own animation points down the bottom in the animation bar. The car has its own animation points. The cow has its own. The coyote has its own animation points. So they've all got their own animation points represented in this bar. If we turn that off now, we can't screw any of it, so that's cool. But the cow goes behind the D wave because the D wave is on top. So it's like music tracks. So whatever's on top is going to be at the forefront, and whatever's at the lowest end is going to be at the back. So our video of the background is first. So that's right at the back, and everything else is going to go behind the D wave. So we're going to have to fix the car because the car will go behind the D wave. So how do we do that? Well, we can just move tracks. Just lift the car above. So now we go full screen and play this. Now, of course, this is just a very simplistic look at animation, yeah? But hopefully it'll give you some ideas. So if that car was in front of was a bit higher, it would definitely be in front of it instead of go behind it. See, so we could add some music to this now. Really simply, let's go over to our media projects, our effects and stuff. And we've got soundtracks. What have we got? Let's pick a soundtrack, a magical soundtrack. Here we go. We can drag our soundtracks in and they get put to the bottom. So now if we play this at full screen, Thank you, Falcro, and thank you yesterday. I missed you also, Falcro, for the gifted subs. Thank you so much. There we go. We've got our music. And it's really easy to add things like sound effects as well. You could see if I have a... let's see if I have in my Files app over here, if I can drag this in. We'll go back to my iPad and let's go by name. Find my LumaFusion folder, which has a lot of these things stored. LumaFusion and user media. Where are we? iCloud Drive. And in here, I may have like a moo. Nothing? Maybe not. We'll cancel that. Because I have a lot of sound effects in here too that you can add as well. Let's see if I can just find like a coyote or a moo. There's got to be something in here. We'll go by, I think everything's done by alphabet. We'll try C for cow. There we go. I didn't want to play that. We've got a build. We've got a cow here, which probably has sound to it. I don't know. Crow. Let's try M for moo. And then we're going to get out of here today early, so I'm not doing a long stream. I just wanted to cover this because last week I tried to do the animation and wasn't aware of where everything was. Is it over? My project. No, it doesn't look like I've got a moo effect in here, but that's cool. Let's see if we can add like a green screen rain or something. I'm pretty sure I've got one of those in here. We'll do that. And then we'll call it. What do we got? Green screens. There's so many. I have so many green screen effects in here. Raindrops. Raindrops on the screen. Let's try this. So I'm going to grab this one. Oops. Just make this a little bit wider. Going to grab this raindrops on the screen. Drag this in. So this is a green screen effect. Okie dokie. So this will need to be at the... Where did it go? Why is it not there? Oh, there it is. So I'm going to drag this. This will need to be at the front of the pile. And you can already see we've got a lot of tracks here, which is cool. We can shorten this music so it fits the project. Let's drag this, and we want to put this up the top. And it's got some sound on it. So you can see if I hit play now, it's got some sound on it. I want to get rid of the sound. So we can click on this individual track here, which is selected. Hit volume, and we can turn this down. Get rid of that sound because we don't need the sound. We just need the effect. And where are we? So here's the effect. I'm going to trim this video. Now you notice we're on keyframe at the moment. It's set to keyframe. We don't want keyframe. I'm going to drop out of the volume here. So now it's back to clip. So now I can trim this here. And we can go all the way to like here. Trim it. And it's pretty unlimited, the amount of tracks. It's pretty mind-blowing. I really couldn't believe. I tried it the other day and ended up getting 20 video tracks. That's just crazy shit. So here's our rain. Now what I'm going to try and do is stretch this out. We can do that. Let's go to our clip here. And change the clip speed. So see how you can change the clip speed on the fly? So I can make this fit. So it's, there we go. So it's going to fit the clip now. So I went into, just so you see that, we went into format and I slowed down the clip by 30%. And now we can go into our effect, green screen, at a Kia, and it has taken away that green. We should have these, look at that, these spots of rain dripping down the screen. Now, it's not perfect, the green screen, because you can see there's little blobs in there. But we can fix that. So let's make this a little bit smaller. Make this a little bit bigger. And we're going to go into the green screen key, and you've got all this, the strength of your green screen and everything. So you can see if we change these, you'll see things happen. The color spill. Make sure we're on the right track. So you can see as I add this, it's taking away some of those extra bits. So we need that down a little bit. Let's go to, and there's a heap of options. So you've got a mix. It's our roll off. Let's do our Luma roll off, and the strength of this. There we go. That's going to be a little bit better. And then you can go in and you can change the color of these effects too to make it seem more like what you want. And there's lots of ways to find these animated green screen things. There's easy ways to make green screen things as well. So if you're wanting to make green screen stuff, it's pretty easy to make. I've done shows on this previously. You can take images and remove the backgrounds of them. And like this one here, this is just a PNG. So it's just, I've removed the background, made it a transparent image. Or you can create a green screen of something as well. So, and to make a green screen, you would just take a PNG and just take a green screen and then add the PNG to the green screen. So you've got multiple ways you can add stuff to this. So again, let's bring this back up, and then I'll get out of your hair for the day, play our featured artist. When you are adding animation, click on your image, click the animate, and here is where you can choose all the different styles of animations. So if you only want rotation, you can just choose rotation. And then there's no way you can fuck up by making the image larger or smaller. So you can do that. You can set an anchor point. You can do crop rotation. So sometimes when you're animating something, you want it to disappear completely. So as you're animating it, you can crop it so it actually runs into a cropped wall. It's kind of hard to, let's try it with the car, and then that'll be the last thing we do. So with this car here, as it's driving, I could make it disappear into nothing by setting a crop point right about here. Let's get our car. Let's set a crop point right there for the car. Let's select the car. That would help. And now we can go into our transform, our cropping, go down here, and we can crop this so it vanishes into nothing. Okay. Well, you can actually crop it so it's only half the picture. And then you can animate a crop into something as well too. So you can see what we've done there, how we crop that down. If an image is too big or anything like that, you can go in and crop it. Let's bring it back into where this point was. So you can crop images further. Let's zoom in a bit. There's so many things you can animate. It's fantastic. It really is a joy to use this. If I can get that on point. Let's uncrop. But you can set key points to crop. So you can set key points. Oh, that's set to all. That's why. So you can actually set this to crop here. So now we've got a crop point. So you can specifically do things. Anyway, I'm not explaining anything's good today. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sick. It's amazing I'm even doing this show. I feel like shit. But there you go. So the thing that we forgot to do last week was find the selections for animation. And as you've seen today, it's really easy. Whatever you've clicked on, you can click animate, and here's where your options are to do edge distances, light wraps, positions, scales. I just have mine set to all because I can do whatever I want. And we're all good. You can animate colors. You can change things up completely. You can make things get larger. You can add a point where the color will change. It's really, really nice. But here's just a start on how to get yourself animating things, making things move around. Yeah, because it helps. And you can also animate stuff like this with words, with text. This is how a lot of the text is made, how the animations are made, yeah? So when you have a look at things like our titles. Yeah. So when you look at animated titles here, these are animated themselves. So what do we got? Let's find a tumbled animation. We'll drag this in here. These have their own animation points as well. You can take these animations and make words move because, so here we are. Here's our animation. Let's just play the text. See how that animates in there? And then from here, we could set a key point for this tumble. Make sure we've got it selected. Yep. And then we could move it out of the scene. So let's move this over here, set a new key point, take our tumble, and we can move that off the screen. And then we've further added an animation to an animation that came with. Why is it not working? Well, there we go. Let's undo that. Get back here. There's our tumble. Yeah. And then we want to set this like that. Does that work? Am I doing this right? No. I'm stupid. I have no idea what's going on. I think we have to use the move, rotation, scale, crop, whatever. I've got nothing. I'm going back to bed. Enjoy. Yeah, I'm too sick for this. I'll see you tomorrow on Patreon. We'll be back for Patreon. I have to rest because I basically have the flu. It's good stuff. Whatever it is that the vaccines have given me, it sucks. Let's go and play today's featured artist. As I said, tomorrow the opening hour has changed because I'm just not well enough to do what I was planning on doing. And Patreon is same time as usual. So join me tomorrow if you're a Patreon at the usual time. And yeah, let's do it. So today's featured artist is continuing on from the interview we had, from the album launch we had with Manny and the Lily Pillies. So I thought, let's play the new single that dropped directly after my show, which is Electric by the Lily Pillies. Hope you got something from this. It's been added to the playlist, so you can go back and watch it if you need to. There is a Final Cut Pro playlist that you can watch and get stuff like that. And get stuff like that. What am I talking about? All right. Remember, do what makes you happy. Things will get better and something else. This is the Lily Pillies Electric. We'll see you tomorrow.
Boom.
Boom.
Do you really think that we're good inside all the time? Do we really know how to survive when we're dying inside? Sometimes I think that no one cares, that today's that day should have stayed in bed, that a dark road is the only way out with all that shit. All my doubts. Don't know where I'm going. Don't know where I'm going. Don't know where, but I feel electric. Don't know where I'm going. Don't know where I'm going. Don't know where, but I feel electric. Time is passing by and the clock is ticking in my head. Must be time to reset. Do we really know how to survive when we're dying inside? I got energy flowing in my heart. Maybe now it's time to hit restart. Yeah, I can see what we've become. There's a monster inside everyone. Don't know where I'm going. Don't know where I'm going. Don't know where, but I feel electric. Don't know where I'm going. Don't know where I'm going. Don't know where, but I feel electric. Nobody sees how time is now. Can't you see that time's running out? Take the good and the bad in your life. Take the love, don't push it aside all the time.
Do you know what it takes for me to survive? The things that I can no longer deny. A sense of emptiness deep inside. It's not what I had planned in my mind.
We'll all rise together, 'cause you make me shine, baby.